A few years ago, I had this idea about building a large snake along the outside entry wall here of the Forest Edge Recreation Camp dorm. And last year, the dorm was burnt to the ground in the Waroona fires, and so I put this idea to Graham and Sonia after they decided they wanted to rebuild. And the snake was all about regeneration, so we called it Regie the Snake. I put 6 colours into the length of the snake. The 6 colours are representative of the 6 seasons of the local Noongar people, and each colour sort of blends into each other. So yeah, as the seasons do, they don't just change overnight. They blend from one to the other over a short period of time. Unlike our seasons, where we call it at the end of a month, and that's a new season. The people would see a flower or a bird nest in a tree, and they would know that the season is changing from one to the next season. The Regie's made up of all different sizes and blocks, segments, and these are representative of blocks of time. And throughout a year we have all these different moments where we have something going on here, and then that moves into something else, and it moves into something else, and those sections of time they can be good and they can be bad, or indifferent, or just another part of our lives. Within each section, the corrugated iron flows off in all different types of directions. So, and those directions can sometimes be really nice and forward, and sometimes they can feel like they're sort of coming back at us, or out to the sides. Sometimes we feel like we're going sideways. The lines of the corrugation always are also have a nice feel about them, that they with regards to the Arnhem Land art, Aboriginal art also, that they use that line design within the whole thing. So just wanted to create that nice feeling. Through the centre of the snake is we have another colour that goes up through the middle, and that colour is really like your inner energy and your strength and your power. And throughout a year we sometimes we feel really strong, we feel really energised, and we feel like we can do anything. And other times we can feel really small and feel really introverted, and we just want to stay home, and sort of that. So that's why I've got that in all sort of different sizes and different shapes. The head leads the snake, and the head's got an arrow within the head, at the front there, and it tracks and leads us through the way through our life. And on the wall here we have lots of windows and that, so we really had to try and make it weave in and out through the windows, and most of the time in obstacles we try and miss obstacles if they're there, and sometimes we find them and we have to actually push through and force our way through them and to get past them. And if we can do all that, and we go through all these moments and these different directions and those little blocks of time, well then we kind of get to the tongue, and the tongue's sort of sitting out over the end of the building there and out into the sky, and it really just means exactly that we can get through all this, and then we can do anything.